Welcome back to the UNX Championship Series. I'm Chris DeGangi.
And I'm Ethan Swanson, and we're here at the second of our 4 qualifiers in our last round of qualifiers to get to the third major event on February 15th.
Yeah, so we're at Ultimate Ninjas St. Louis, where we're going to get 3 more men and 3 more women into our third major event.
Right, and this competition in the qualifiers is based on furthest the fastest, which means you complete an obstacle, that's the time that you're counted by if you fall on the next obstacle. So even if you struggle for a long time, it always goes back to the time you completed your last obstacle or your LOC.
Yeah, and athletes only get 1 shot at the course, so you better make it count.
And we have a crazy field of athletes here. This is so exciting. So let's take a look at our season standings. It's so important leading into our third major. Let's look at the women's standings first. And we have 3 of the top 10 women competing here.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be unreal. You know, we've got Maggie, Owen, Elena Borges, 2 very strong women competing.
Sitting in first place and third place overall in our season, and not even to mention Rachel Brown, who's sitting in 9th place, literally right on the bubble. Only top 8 go to the championship, so this is incremental for her. She has to make the major.
And Maggie is guaranteed to the third major, but Elena and Rachel are not guaranteed. If they want a shot at the championship, this is a big moment for them.
Oh, it's so exciting. I can't wait to see what happens. And on the men's side, it is so deep. Out of the top 11 in our season standings, 7 of those athletes are competing here.
Unreal. I mean, this competition is going to be insane. It's going to be so hard to make it into the top 3. You've got Jake Murray, who's in first.
Yeah.
Donovan Metoyer, who's in second.
Right.
I mean, they're alone.
Bergstrom in 4th. Michael Torres in 5th. Kaden Lebsack in 7th. Sam Folsman 10th. And Dave Cavanaugh in 11th. And that's not even to mention some of the athletes that aren't on that list. Thomas Stillings, RJ Roman, Johnny Wilder, Nick Forney. Adam Arnold. My
so
God.
many.
Jesse Lacera. This is, I honestly, we had to pick our top 3 before this, and it was the hardest thing I had to do.
Yeah, it was extremely difficult. I mean, the level of competition here at Ultimate Ninja St. Louis is going to be insane, and I can't wait to jump into the action.
And a course put together by Jamie Ron, so let's jump right into it with our first runner. Unfortunately for him, Caleb Bergstrom, but he's done it before. He's gone early, and he's come out on top, so let's see what Caleb has on the course.
Caleb Bergstrom draw first on the run order, such a hard draw.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. At the first qualifier that he went to, Ninja Quest, he ran 3rd and took first place, being the only finisher. So it's Caleb, you know.
Whoa. Tricky obstacle there. You got to get those boxes to slide.
He made it look so easy. I don't think it's that easy.
I mean, we'll see as the competition unfolds. This is a very deceiving first runner.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be able to tell how hard the course is because Caleb's going to make it look easy.
No, I mean, and that's the thing, is a Jamie Ron course is super technical, but a Caleb Bergstrom athlete is super technical in how he runs the course. And he's electing not even to use that a higher hold.
Now a tricky move here. This is a very small ledge. Got to keep your balance. Caleb does it.
Mm-hmm. I saw, like, with his reach, trying to just reach out there, couldn't, but then had to adjust.
Whoa, and he makes the dismount by his tippy toes.
Dude, he's flying right now.
About a minute right now.
Now we're on to the acorn. This is where it starts to ramp up in difficulty. For somebody like Caleb, the first half up to this point, pretty simple for him, barring a silly mistake, but this thing is so heavy.
Well, you can see how big it is.
Wow.
Caleb made it look easy.
1 backswing. And this is the monkey lock.
You've got to use that peg, those pegs, on the monkey bars.
Yeah,
you see him locking off here. He looks very strong.
Well, it's so tough because the pegs want to spin out of your hands. This is deceiving. Caleb's making this look so easy, and I guarantee you it is not. Wow!
Huge dismount there.
This is amazing. First runner. And our time limit is 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Right now, he's coming up on 2 minutes, so he has a good amount of time left. Caleb's, I mean, great at pacing himself. His strategy is amazing so far, but this is a pretty long stretch of obstacles here. Wing nuts into the doggy doors. As soon as he touches this first one, that's a clear on the wing nuts.
Wow.
But it's not over.
These do not look easy to hold on to.
It's all about the precision, making sure you hit both hands at the same exact time. And as soon as he touches that same, boom, There we go. He's cleared the doggy doors.
Now he's got to go down the salmon ladder and then make his way across.
And this is the ladder limbo. He's done the ladder, and now it's time for the limbo. He's got to go underneath.
Oh, and he just gets a little bit too much of a kick on his front swing. It sends him right off of the pegs.
That is so tough. I mean, running first is so tough, and he elected to go all the way down on the ladder limbo. You can go down as far as you feel like. Obviously, the further down, the more energy, but, you know, the further up you are, less energy, but it's a harder dismount, and it's hard. Every salmon ladder is different. We talk about it all season, you know?
And getting that low, just your feet are so low to the ground, you got to keep them up. I mean, that's a really difficult move.
Especially for a taller athlete like Caleb. I'm actually surprised he went down that far.
But I think he made the course look pretty good, and we'll see.
He did make it look pretty good.
It's going to be very deceiving, and now we'll see how kind of the course plays out over the next couple runners.
Right, and the next runner we have is Jacob Winter stepping up right now, tackling the course. And running right up the second obstacle, you got to go up the 8-foot warped wall, no hands.
Not allowed to use your hands on it.
Right. Jacob made it look easy.
Ooh.
Here we go.
This is a really interesting obstacle.
Oh,
You could see he was close on the dismount.
Well, if your feet aren't at the right spot, you'll push that pad back behind you a little bit, but Jacob good enough to make it to that landing platform.
He's on a really good pace right now.
Yes, he is. I mean, I think, you know, watching Caleb right before him, he probably saw a great pace in Caleb and just like, let me match that, you know? Here we go. Caleb went down. It looks like Jacob's going to that top hold.
He's got the reach for it.
Come on, get your fingers on it. Come on. Hey, there you go.
Wow. Well, he gets up, and it looks like now he's going to drop down. I mean, this is the move right here.
Yeah, make sure you keep those feet up.
You want to keep your chest in here. Nice. Now transferring over to the rock holds. And this dismount, Caleb didn't make it look too smooth.
No, it's a weird dismount. Your feet are in front of you. You don't have great footholds, and you have to backwards transfer to a pad. It's a little weird. It looks pretty smooth. That was nice.
There.
Then we go into, this is the speeder wall.
Do it fast.
Now we're on to the acorn. No, Caleb made it look really easy. This thing is very heavy, and it doesn't move how you expect it to move. The further back you are, the harder it is to dismount. So you see him trying to get further forward. It's actually really smart. And he's...
Oh, and he's gone! He looked like he had it. His heels just above the blue, so it looked like he was good for a second. Didn't have the momentum and fell back.
And you know, on any of the dismounts, if there's truss there, you can use the truss, but I think it was like almost bad for him that he was too centered. If he was off to the side, he would have been able to grab onto that truss and save himself. But, oh man, that was about as close as you can get to a dismount.
Oh, that was close, but overall a good run.
Yeah, but next up, we have a run that I'm really excited about. Jake Murray has stepped up to the starting line, running just like Caleb really early in the order, but something like Jake, I don't think it's going to matter too much.
Well, we've seen Jake be very successful in isolation.
Yes.
And so I think for an athlete like him who has the experience, I don't think running this early is going to affect him.
Yeah, you got to think he's looking at, let me just finish this course at my pace.
Oh, a little
my
scary there.
Goodness.
Well, Jake is sitting in first place on the UNX season, but he's not guaranteed to the third major.
Right. And so it's kind of a scary position because technically he could get bumped out of the championship if things go exactly wrong for him and he doesn't compete in the third major. So that's why he's here.
Yeah, that's why he's here. He's going to try to earn his spot back. He's looking smooth so far. He's about 45 seconds in.
Right.
Through the speeder wall.
The speeder wall. Speeds through. And on to the acorn.
Make sure the balance beam is Velcro tight again.
You can see this thing is so big, and with our last competitor, Jacob got to the dismount, but didn't have enough momentum going forward.
And look how far back he is. Okay, hopping forward. But you can see every move forward, he gets a little bit further swing on the dismount.
And that looks like the way to do it, is move up while you're swinging. That looked very, very comfortable.
Yeah, and this, you know, this is really precise, but Jake's upper body, this is a perfect obstacle for Jake. It's a slow, controlled upper body obstacle. Jake's a rock climber. His upper body is unbelievable. and he's showing us why right here. It's looking really smooth.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really good. This is a big, big dismount here.
And it's a little bit weird.
Okay.
No problem for Jake. It's about 147 right now, 150. Pretty much on pace with Caleb's time.
Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, he's got to get through this, and we'll see if he can make it past that salmon ladder transfer. But he's got enough time here. I mean, time limit 3:45.
Yeah, 3:45. The thing is, there's so many good athletes here, including Jake and Caleb, who already ran, that I think, yeah, you're going to have to, I think, clear the course, if not get to the last obstacle super fast. And with this pace, I feel like Jake's going to have to clear with what we've seen at other qualifiers so far. Taking a couple extra swings, but looking really smooth.
Now it's a move up to that salmon ladder bar.
Yep, and that's a clear.
You can see that path forward is blocked, and so you've got to get under.
Yep, and you can see there's a pull noodle on the bottom that's held by magnets. If you knock that pull noodle off, then that's a fail. But if you hit it, that's okay. He goes to the bottom rung, just like Caleb.
Feet.
And you can see he's so close to the ground.
Doesn't get it, knocks the noodle off just like you said, but even still didn't have enough momentum for the dismount.
I don't like going to the bottom like that. You see he had to really crunch his body, and you can't get a big swing. You can't do what you want with your body and get that forward momentum underneath that noodle. I don't like getting to that bottom rung like that.
But you can see there's not a lot of room there, and so if you're higher up, that's less space you have to get under the noodle.
That's why I love that obstacle. Jamie is amazing at designing courses. That's like, hey, pick your poison. Do you go lower and have more clearance but then a harder dismount because you're close to the ground, or you go higher where you have more swing but it's hard to dismount because you have to now go below something lower? It's awesome. I love it.
Super creative. But up next, we've got Elena Borges.
Yes, and she is sitting in 3rd place in our UNX season right now, but she's also not qualified for the 3rd major.
Yeah, so this is a big competition here for Elena. If she wants to get back to the major, she's going to have to be top 3 here.
Nice. I like the speed there. Wow, she really rode those. That's the rock and rollers right there, and she rode them so close she could just step off, that was pro move. Adjusting her grip on the grab a hold.
Dismount.
Yeah, extra swing, make sure you have it. It's early in the course, you know. Get a little bit chalk, and here we are on the ledge climb.
I mean, you talked about it on the last run, but Jamie run, just in terms. Oh no!
It looked like when she was trying to transition down, she went with the way Caleb did, which is not going for the high hold, and she just didn't have her hands in the right place and ended up pinching instead of like ledge holding when she dropped down, and just couldn't. Her body's falling away, you know?
Yeah, and it looks like she definitely lost her balance a little bit earlier than she expected to make that move, and just threw her right off the wall.
That is tough, and I mean, you know, it's top 3 go to the major. I gotta think that that's not going to be a qualifying run. I mean, we'll see how it plays out, but that's tough.
I mean, it's still early on. We still have to see how the competition plays out, but you know, I think you're right. That's going to be tough spot for Elena.
Right. Next up, we have Dave Cavanaugh, sitting in 11th place in our season. Was just at the 2nd major. Did really well. Made it to the 2nd round of the finals, but once again, he's not qualified. So he has to make it to the 3rd major if he wants to make the championship. Whoa! Yes!
Well, I'm staring at his toes there, and I'm just, don't touch the blue on that.
Yeah,
oh my God.
You touch the blue, you're out. But I love Dave, man. He look every chance he can. Where can I save a second or a half a second? Because in this competition, this field, it's gonna matter.
And you can see the pace that he's on right now. He is moving fast. He's used to these UNX competitions. You got to be top 3, and you got to move.
That was really confident. I like the way he's moving here on the ledge climb. Every move is with purpose. He's not wasting any time. Because this is definitely an obstacle that you could stand on and spend time. He's just not doing it. Crossing over, getting ready for this dismount.
Clear.
Nice. Foot dipped a little low, but Jamie's right there. He's good.
For the speeder wall. Next up, onto the egg corn. We'll see how he attacks this.
Taking a look at it. Nice big kick, but you can see he doesn't get much swing on the front until he hops forward. Nice. Oh my gosh, if you knock those pegs off and they go out of reach, have fun doing it with one peg.
Yeah, I mean, that's on you. You got to show control in that landing and not knock those pegs out.
Right. What was designed in the rules, though, is if you're landing, you can put your hands on the front of the truss and on the front of the monkey bar like Dave did. That is allowed for safety reasons.
So going for this dismount,
Wow.
no problem there.
He made that look so easy. The monkey lock looked like nothing for him.
Well, he's at 1:45 here.
So he's a little faster than Jake and Caleb to this point. And this is a longer stretch.
I like this. I mean, he came out of the gates hot, moving very fast through the first couple of obstacles, but I like him taking his rest there.
Oh, just reaching across. So smart. That's the thing, Dave finds those little things that other people don't see. They're like, oh, wing nuts, yeah, you have to launch. Nope, not for Dave. What's he doing here? He slid it over to the side.
Is he going to skip the second one?
Yes!
It's the second one, not wasting his time. Wow.
I love it. I think it's a little bit of time, but I think it's more so why waste the opportunity to fall on another hard catch when you can go to a ring?
Well, now we haven't seen anybody beat this obstacle yet. We'll see how low he decides to go.
Okay, looks like he's going from the second from the bottom.
We haven't seen this yet.
Oh, don't peel out. Yes!
Makes it just now.
Puts his hands up. I didn't touch it. But here we go. He's at 2:55 right now. He's got 50 seconds left for the logic maze. And this one is a burner. There's some technical moves. It's not over yet, but he's in a great spot.
Well, we have a good shot here of the obstacle. You can see there's a track that the athlete is going to have to follow. This is going to be tough.
This is going to be very tough. Boom, boom, boom. I love it.
Gonna go up and back.
Yes.
This is a big move up.
Oh, he dropped down his left side. It's okay. He can fix it.
Side back up.
Okay.
I mean, he's getting close on time. He's got about 20 seconds here.
20 seconds.
Pop up. Oh, and he pops.
He's popping those hips forward, and that is just... Uh-oh. What's he doing? Is he going for a dismount early? He kind of has to. He's got 5 seconds.
And you can tell, couldn't figure it out. I mean, he's trying to make that salmon ladder style move to go up, but his hips are coming forward, knocking the left side right back down.
Right. It's a tough thing. You really have to have the force to just go straight up and down, because you're right. Like, once you have your hips forward and you throw, normally on a salmon ladder, you're throwing forward against something, but on that, you're just going to slide right on down.
Yeah, but honestly, that's a huge run from Cavanaugh there.
Yes.
That's going to be hard to beat. I mean, there's a lot of good athletes.
Pretty fast to the last obstacle. And so either you're going to have to beat the course, which is proven to be very difficult so far, or you're going to have to get there faster than Dave, and Dave made some shortcuts, some fast moves. That's a great spot to be in.
Well, let's recap what we've seen so far. Caleb Bergstrom, Jake Murray, David Cavanaugh, all extremely experienced veterans.
We're not even halfway through.
We're not even
halfway through.
All experienced veterans, no finishers. Jamie Ron is a madman.
He is a man. Well, Jamie Ron, and we have another runner coming in a second, but Jamie Ron has only had one finisher on any of his courses in the last 5 years.
Insane.
But here we go. We got Rachel Brown stepping up on the course, and Rachel is an absolute killer. She's sitting in 9th place in the season on the women's side. I love that speed right there, but 9th place, if she doesn't make it to the major, she has no chance of making the championship. Only top 8 go. I like that. That's, whoa!
Oh, heel came a little bit close there.
But look good. And she's got the go-ahead from the judges.
But yeah, Rachel, in sitting in 9th place off of only being at 1 major, and so she's in a good position. I think if she can just get back, I think she'll have a very good chance at the championship.
I think so too. I mean, she's an amazing athlete. She's podiumed at NNL World Finals before. Man, she's so experienced, even for just being a young athlete.
Oh, I like that move there.
And, you know, she's past where Elena fell, but can she complete, you have to complete the whole obstacle to get credit for this obstacle.
Right. I mean, she's making good time too. I mean, she's sitting here at about a minute. If she can make this dismount, she'll be in a very good position.
Oh, that was so nice.
Probably the smoothest we've seen it so far today.
That like step up, pull up, step up, and just no problem. Now we go to the acorn. You know, I'm really worried because it's so heavy for a lighter athlete like Rachel. I wonder how she's gonna be able to manipulate the acorn. I mean, it's a big obstacle.
Well, I think she's gonna have to get to the front of it.
Yep, she's making moves.
I like that. On the backswing, move your hands up. Okay, she did it on the first one. Backswing, move your hands up.
Gotta get him out. Oh my gosh.
Close.
And you saw she looked right at Jamie. And Jamie said, "You're good."
You said good. Her heel was so close there. But now let's see if she's got the grip strength.
She's got some chalk in her pants. Chalk on the pants, chalk in the pants. This obstacle's so difficult. Feeling out the pegs.
That is
so
a
tough.
crazy obstacle.
It's so difficult.
Especially if you've never done something like that before.
Right. Well, it's not just floating monkey bars. Those things want to spin out of your hands so much. There's so much weight, and it's on an incline. That's really difficult. But that was an amazing run from Rachel, putting her in first place right now. There's still a lot of competitors left, but that's a great spot to be in.
I mean, I love the way that she handled the rock wall dismount. Looked really smooth, and just kind of
So
shows
good.
you why she's considered to be such a high-level athlete.
Yeah. I mean, another high-level athlete, Nick Forney, stepping into the course right now. Let's see what he's got.
Nick Forney hosted one of our competitions in our second round at Austin Ninja, so he did not get to compete.
Our hardest competition, and he cleared that course. You know, he was obviously testing. He knows the feel of it, but Nick is super impressive.
Yeah, one of the younger athletes. He's 20 now, 21?
I think he's 20, yeah. Competed on American Tour for the first time last year. Did pretty well.
Nice, he's moving on. This pace is a little bit slower, a little more methodical.
Which I like, because, you know, when you have younger competitors, you worry that they go too blazing fast and make a silly mistake, but he looks very controlled. He's not going slow by any means, but super controlled, super efficient, clearly showing he's got tons of experience training ninja and competing ninja.
Clear.
Nice.
Good dismount there. He's at about a minute here.
The speeder wall, making it look easy. And now he's on to the acorn. I think this one, for somebody like Nick, is pretty much how many swings are you going to take on it?
He jumps right down into the middle.
Oh, he's got the dismount easy here. Just don't overshoot.
Well, you can see how far forward his hands were. And I think that really helps on that obstacle. The farther you can get your hands forward, the closer you are to the dismount.
Big time.
Now he's onto the monkey lock, and you can see going with kind of a straight arm strategy approach here.
Which is really tough.
Kind of saving energy, but he's got the grip strength for it. I mean, why not?
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to have the grip strength for it. If you don't, like when you're locked off, it takes a little bit of,
Oh, you can see his hand almost slip there. He's got to readjust his grip. A scary moment
it's a
there.
Great save. But now here we go into our trio of obstacles, starting with the flying mustache, then the doggy doors, and the ladder limbo, which has been very difficult for a lot of competitors so far. A lot of big name competitors. Shaking out a little bit. He's at about 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Well, you can see him shaking out there. He's trying to get the pump out of his arms.
I like that.
Connects right into the second mustache.
And not wasting any time with too many extra swings.
Looks like he's going to go for that second one, not taking the Cavanaugh approach. Better be safe than sorry, you know?
I don't know which is safer, to be honest. That's so... I love seeing that. He's shaking out while he's swinging. Make use of everything you have.
I mean, even just the tiniest shakeout is going to help bring a little bit of strength back to those arms.
And here we go. A taller competitor. He's having to crunch his knees up.
Still going from that second. And
Nice.
The dismount doesn't touch the noodle.
That looks so smooth. And I loved seeing his backswing before he went. Didn't get too much front. His backswing really cranked backwards. Got a huge kick.
He's only got 30 seconds to figure out this obstacle.
It's not a lot of time to figure out and do it. I mean, this is a tough obstacle. 20 seconds now. You have to move. You got to go. Every move matters now. Extra swing. Uh-oh. He's got 10 seconds.
Got one side up.
Come on. Come on, you got 5 seconds. You gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go. Come on. Oh no, he's stuck. He's got one side out. Oh, and time just ran out, and then he clears the course. 2 seconds over the time limit. Oh my God.
Well, you could see he got stuck on one side. He makes the dismount, but like you said, 2 seconds too slow. Would have been our first finisher.
Oh,
and I mean, it goes back, I was saying he was taking a nice methodical pace, and I really liked it initially. But then that's the risk that you run, is just not giving yourself enough time to finish.
2 seconds, man. That's an extra swing. Like the Acorn, he took 2 swings where Caleb took 1. That's 2 seconds right there. That is the difference. 2 seconds rest in between, before he goes onto the Flying Mustache. Right there, you could have, man, you just don't know. You don't know what you're going to get stuck on. But,
I mean, that's really, really tough. But still, I mean, it's a good run. It puts him right behind Cavanaugh. And, I mean, we'll see if that holds up. I mean, there's still a lot of athletes to go, but, we'll see.
There are a lot of athletes to go. And next up, we have Jimmy Choi stepping up to the starting line. What an amazing athlete, amazing person.
Well, we saw Jimmy compete in our last round of qualifiers at Warrior Jungle. He had a really impressive run. Just couldn't make it past the Ninja Killer. We'll see how he does today. Balance obstacle is one of the hardest obstacles for Jimmy to get through.
Yeah.
He says a lot of times how when he describes Parkinson's disease, that there's a lag between your brain and your muscles.
He gets through that pretty good. I like staying low to those sliders. You can see his legs shaking a little bit. Oh, wow, in such a precise step like that. So impressive to see him do it.
All right, well, now he's through a lot of the balance obstacles.
Here we go. On to grab a hold. Nice. And going for the dismount.
Oh, and he went for the dismount. He got his feet on the dismount. Just, you could see his heels were a little bit back and didn't have the momentum to keep going forward. His chest wasn't over his legs. Went right back.
I wish he'd take one more swing just to make sure he had the dismount, because he was looking great. He was through the balance, and I would have loved to see him on the rest of the course.
I know, and that was the thing, is like I was saying, is he struggles with balance obstacles, but he was through the balance obstacles.
I know.
His upper body.
I know. But great run from Jimmy. So awesome to always see him compete. He's a super impressive dude. Next up, we have Sam Folsom.
Sam Folsom, my guy.
A Krista Ganji favorite.
This is
an everybody favorite, really.
This is a heavy favorite right here. Sam Folsom, this is in his home gym. Sam is an athlete we've seen so successful in UNX. He always goes fast.
You see now how fast he's going.
Gets a little crooked. He's
relax. Okay, he's through. Man, that was close.
He looks a little, you could see his foot hit the blue there, didn't quite make the jump, and just as I was saying, he looked a little erratic. And I've seen Sam go fast before, but this one, he just looked a little out of control, a little out of his element.
I don't know if that little stumble on the rock and rollers might have shaken him a tiny bit, but those moves are so precise, and he was just off by an inch, and that was it.
Yeah, and when you jump to that balance beam, it's not that big, and so you can see his foot hit the blue there, and that's going to be it for Sam, which is a huge, huge upset.
That's really tough.
Sam has competed in both majors so far.
Yeah, I mean, there's still opportunities left for Sam, but he's sitting in 10th place. If he doesn't go back to the major, he doesn't have a chance to make the championship, which would be, I honestly, I would expect Sam to be in the championship with how he's performed this season.
Yeah, and so, I mean, we'll see if he competes later on this season, but up next, coming from Texas, we got Thomas Stillings.
Thomas Stillings! He's such a fluid athlete. Movement is his strength, and tech is his strength. This is a very technical course. I'm excited to see Thomas run this.
I'm curious what kind of approach he's going to take. If he goes fast, or just kind of takes a more calm approach.
I think what we're seeing is perfect, is fluid, calm, but smooth, efficient. I don't think he's going to go guns blazing, especially right now. You've seen no course finishers, and somebody's gotten close. So it's, hey, if you finish, you're going to be in a great spot right now.
Yeah, and I mean, Thomas definitely knows about being close. for the first round at
I
Traverse
know.
Fitness. He made it to the last obstacle, and if he had just finished, he would have qualified.
He was
but
one spot out of qualifying. And then in the second round, again, took 5th place. So he said all the qualifiers he's done, he's taken 5th place. And he said he just doesn't want to take 5th place anymore. But I like that dismount, using his length to just slow the static dismount, you know, instead of having to throw and risk it.
through the speeder wall, just hits the minute mark.
And onto the acorn, something I'm not really worried about for Thomas. He's so flowy. He's, you know, parkour athlete. I see him do swings and laches and stuff like that. Fun, weird moves. I feel like a big specialty of his. Oh, he's taking 2 swings. He had it on that one swing.
Yeah, and using the truss there, I mean, that's smart.
So
You can
smart.
see when he made the dismount, it was in his plan the entire time to just grab that truss.
He honestly probably didn't need it, but it's there. Why not? I love that he used it.
And this is a technique. This is called a figure 4. This is a very popular technique. It's where you kind of use your legs to help you lock in the movements.
It's such a weird thing because the physics of it, it takes the pressure off your biceps. So it allows you to essentially lock off without having to use your bicep. But it does take more time. It takes more time, and we're seeing it right here. It's a little slower, but you know, if he's concerned about, you know, being able to lock off through this whole thing,
Oh, he's gonna go for the reach. Wow.
Wow.
I cannot believe that that peg didn't slide out.
Yeah, that's impressive. And risky.
He makes the dismount there.
2:15.
And the thing about the figure 4, just to end on that, is it takes so much energy. It takes a lot of core strength to keep moving your feet back and forth. And so let's see if he has the energy.
But he might be thinking about that last obstacle, so bicep intensive. He's saying, hey, I save my biceps here. My grip's going to be fine, but I need my biceps for later on in the course. Because you go limbo ladder, which takes a lot of bicep right in the last obstacle. I mean, I like it.
We'll see. Definitely an interesting strategy. That's another thing I like about Thomas. He's got a lot of experience and just sees things a little bit differently.
Is he skipping?
He's going for the Cavanaugh move here.
The calf. And he got it.
Thomas makes it look good, too. That's going to save a little bit of time. He's got about 45 seconds left. Got to be a little bit of urgency here.
Yeah. Taller athlete. Going I think everyone's looking at second from the bottom now.
Yeah, it's hard to be one
Here
of
we
those
go.
runners.
Oh, man. I don't know if he hit the noodle or not, but it didn't move. It didn't pop off.
Well, that was so close, and now he's sitting here. He's on
You got 20 seconds.
He's got to go. He's sitting, taking his shirt off.
Thomas, let's go.
Get on the obstacle.
Come on. Oh, my. He's got 10 seconds left. You better fly.
He's got to move here.
Is he going for a dismount? Let's go. Oh, man. Oh, if he would have stuck it, he was within the time limit. 3 seconds away from the time limit. That was awesome.
I mean, I like it. Nobody's tried it so far. He's eyeing it up. It looks good.
That was awesome.
He took the shirt off to get some more aerodynamic, to be a little bit better. You don't want that wind resistance when you go for that.
It almost worked. Honestly, when he hit, it looked like he kind of hit and was like, I'm not there, and pushed himself away. I wonder if he would have just scrambled and tried to like claw, if he might have been able to get it. I don't know. But that was an awesome run from Thomas.
But it's the issue now is, are we looking at this and saying, okay, Thomas is in a good spot because he got to the last obstacle at a decent time, but there's a lot of people left. Is he going to hit that 5th place spot again?
Well, I don't think he was as fast as Dave or Nick, so he's sitting in 3rd. I don't like the spot he's in. There's a lot of monsters left.
I mean, yeah, sitting in 3rd, it looks, we'll see, but
could be another 5th place for Thomas.
No.
I know.
But we'll see. I mean, he could hold that 3rd place spot, but up next, stepping up, we've got Derrick, Pavoni. We saw him compete last week, and he's here at Ultimate Ninja St. Louis.
Yeah, and last week we saw him at Movement Lab LA, and he looked really smooth until just a tiny hiccup on the sand ladder, which cost him his run. So we'll see what his strategy is this time.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for Derrick to just put together that one run that I know that he's capable of.
I like that, playing it safe, staying low,
Using his hands
not
here.
risking it. Taking a little more time, but you're not risking falling on that as much.
That's an obstacle you want to be safe on.
Yeah.
Just get through it.
Smooth through there.
He looks locked in so far. I really like this right now.
Now we're on to grab a hold. Big pullback. taking that swing. He
like
had
he
it.
could've
He was
gone.
like in the middle of the pad.
He could have gone.
But, you know, maybe seeing Jimmy Choi short it, he's just, you know, let me just make sure, you know?
Well, it's always something you always kind of react to what's happening during the competition. You see somebody go out, so you just want to make sure you don't make the same mistake.
Right. Reach for it. He's got it.
This is a really neat obstacle. It's something I haven't really seen.
Well, I like that there's multiple ways to go through it. You know, we saw a couple athletes go low and not use the high hold. Seeing Derrick use the high hold. And now you just gotta, it's just a trust move right here. Doesn't feel great until you get your hands on that hold. Oh, man, nice.
A little close, a little hiccup there, but he's on. He's got to make this dismount, though.
This is a tough dismount.
Ooh, his
that
foot got a little low there, but he's through the speed wall.
I like it. Don't even let the judges call you out. Just keep moving.
Just
but no,
run as fast as you can.
Jamie would have told him if he was out, he must have been good there.
Yeah, I mean, he's good there. Now let's see what he's got for the acorn.
He's hops, yep.
He's hopping his hands on every move here.
Yep, building the swing
it.
up. Oh. He's looking confident, and he's continuing to move.
Come on. I mean, he's had a couple close calls here, but at the same time, he looks dialed in right now.
But the thing is, with the level of athlete that's here, you have to take some risks. You can't go slow and methodical. I like what we're seeing out of Derrick. I don't like the swinging back like that. That's taking so much grip.
I mean, he's long arming it here. I'd like to see him lock off. But
okay.
If he just get here.
Nice.
Come on, Derrick.
You can see him shaking his head and smiling. Oh my goodness.
Come on, this is an awkward dismount here. And
Nice. That was powerful dismount there.
Well, he's at 2:30. He's coming up on a minute left, and so you got to have a little bit of urgency here.
Yeah.
This is a tough section.
I'm sure his arms are screaming at him, but I like it. Take a second. You go. You don't really have another choice.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to go here.
Swinging through, just grabbing it. Nice. Now we're on to the doggy doors.
Here, but, okay, changing up his hands.
It looked like he got his swing a little off center, so he's kind of reaching to the side. That combined with he didn't really have a lot of time to rest, which he made the right move. You have to move if you want to try to finish the course.
You have to keep going, and I think, yeah, he took a couple extra swings there on the mustaches, and then when he transitioned his hands to meet each other so that he was lined up, it did send his hips a little bit off. So, but honestly, yeah, I mean, that was pretty.
That was exciting. That was an awesome run to watch.
Couple close calls,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
yeah. But up next, we've got Hayley Carmody stepping up to the starting line.
Ready is on you.
Hayley, actually one of my students that I get to coach here in Naperville. She's on the elite team.
Nice. Up the 8 foot. I know some of the younger girls competing were really nervous about that 8 foot no hands, but she made it look easy.
Yeah, made it look good.
Like going with the safe approach.
Okay. She's got to inch it.
Just get through it.
Similar approach to Derrick.
And this is an intimidating jump right here. Oh, nice. Okay.
And this is Hayley's first UNX competition.
And this obstacle is called Goliathon Redemption. I think you know a little something about.
Goliathon is an awesome organization in New Jersey that raises money to provide water for underprivileged countries. If you haven't competed in a Goliathon, look it up.
We're seeing Hayley move through here. An extra swing on those canes, which I don't think she needed, but I like that she's playing a little safe, you know? Just making her way through the course. Just keep moving. Keep completing obstacles. Keep that foot up. Watch that foot.
Keep that foot up.
Wow, I like that transition a lot. Keeping her hands over the top, keeping her upper body high so her feet don't touch.
Well, I like it a lot, but it did give me a little bit of a heart attack with her foot being so close to the ground there.
I wonder if she knew how close her feet were. Oh, and this is a big move, and she's got it.
Hayley moving on. Now she's got the dismount left.
Get that foot. Oh, my goodness. This is making me really nervous. Come on.
Come on, Hayley. Oh,
wow.
I don't understand how she kept her feet up, but you can see Jamie gives her the okay.
Wow, that was so close. And she's moving on to the acorn.
Well, we've seen only Rachel get through this on the women's side. Hayley, definitely a lighter competitor. She's a little bit smaller, and so it's going to take a lot of energy to get this thing moving.
Yeah, I think for her, she's got to get as far forward as possible and let the weight of the acorn do the work for her. Because you see, she's almost getting no front swing. Now she's getting to the center.
I mean, it's just such a heavy obstacle. Get your hands a little bit farther forward. Come on, Hayley.
Comes up a little bit short. I think it's such a heavy obstacle. You got to get really far forward, especially if you're a lighter athlete like Hayley.
Yeah, but honestly, that was her first UNX competition. As her coach, I'm super proud of her. That was awesome. It was a great run.
Yeah. No, you should be. That was awesome. And, you know, one of the students I coach is up next. Jessie Beier is stepping up to the starting line. She's just a great kid.
You see Torres standing there, one of her coaches.
She was really nervous about that 8-foot warp wall.
They look good, though.
Yeah.
Well, Jessie trains at Ultimate Ninja Chicago, and the warped walls there have a little bit more aggressive of a curve, so definitely a little bit more difficult than these.
I like she's making her way through rock and rollers pretty quick and smooth, going conservative at the same time, continuing to move. Nice jump, staying controlled. Nicely done there. Now we're on to grab a hold. See if she takes, one swing and off. I love it.
Goes right for the one swing, saving some time there.
We saw Elena go out on this obstacle. We'll see if Jessie goes low or goes high on this transition. So she's going for the high hold.
It's a high hold.
Yeah, pretty smooth.
I like this because then you don't really have to worry about your feet getting too low.
Well, Hayley got so close on her feet, and Jessie, you're not worried about her feet at all right now. Just about making the moves. Trying to get her left foot on, it looks like.
This is
Maybe
such
not.
a far reach for her.
I know.
Doesn't have the,
There she goes. It's definitely a disadvantage for shorter athletes, less reach, but she finds a way to make it work.
Yeah, and I think it's good. You can see she just kind of trusted the move, fell right into it, and honestly, it didn't look like any issue for her.
Well, I'm still nervous watching, so.
It's always nervous as a coach watching your kids compete.
Now this dismount's so tough. Oh my God.
I mean,
and Jamie's giving her the okay. Oh my gosh, that's so close.
I didn't think I saw anything, but it was so close there. These
athletes are making that dismount so close. That's terrifying.
I mean, I was looking at the blue pad to see if I could see any movement. I didn't see anything. Jamie's sitting right there, gives her the go-ahead.
Well, here we go. We're on the acorn, and another light athlete, just like Hayley. It's gonna be tough. I think you just have to get so far forward on this. And she's hopping for it. I like that, making big aggressive moves. She's about in the middle now. Come on, get forward a little bit more. I like it. I'd say even more. Yep. Come on.
Goes for the disc.
Oh! So now UNX landing platforms are on her path, so that means she completed the acorn, but then failed the monkey lock. So now she's only one of two women who've completed the acorn. Out of control, but she made the dismount.
She made the dismount. You could see her, she got on the platform, but she was low and her head was forward, so she rolled right into the next area.
Yeah, I think she was just thinking, let me just complete this acorn any way possible, and just overshot and just, we'll see how it stands up, because I don't think it was fast as Rachel Brown, but right now she's sitting in second place, so there's a lot of athletes left.
Yeah, we'll see, but honestly, just completing the acorn, that's such a big obstacle, hard to get moving, and for a lighter competitor like that, it's extremely impressive.
And next up, we have Torre Clemente, who's a proven veteran, been an American Ninja Warrior a handful of times. Fierce competitor, and here she goes.
I'm excited. Torre competed in our very first UNX competition at Ultimate Ninjas Naperville. Went out on Lacera bars.
Ooh. That left foot was a little off center, scared me a little bit. There she goes.
Riding it like a surfboard.
Not using her hands on it, not going super conservative, but I like it.
Oh, Oh, a little stumble.
Torre, come on.
Big save. Well, now she's through the lower body obstacles. And
Right, you can breathe for a second.
gosh.
Switching her hands.
Come on, T. See what she's got here. Gets the pull
Building
back.
up that swing. Oh, yes,
Wow.
okay.
The awareness that she had in midair to make sure she kept her back foot up. I mean, that's a veteran move right there.
Yeah, she's competed a lot. No stranger to obstacles. And here we go. Looks like going for the high move. I think that's the way to go. I think that's the way I'd attack this course. Go high.
Especially as a taller competitor. Don't scare.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't get your feet low. Get to the top.
Nice, able to reach that end. Super smart. I like how smooth and controlled she is here.
Well, Tori's boyfriend, Brian, competed and failed this move earlier. We didn't get to see it. But all the runs are available on YouTube, on UNX
Nice.
now.
Yep.
So if there's a run that you don't catch, make sure to check them out.
And with the field that we had, there's a lot of athletes we couldn't get to. But Torre is making her way through this, looking really smooth. But we've seen how hard this dismount is. Let's see what Torre's got. Oh,
Oh, goes for the reach. Doesn't quite have it.
oh!
Jump.
And she's still going. Oh my gosh. How much closer can these athletes get on that dismount?
Well, I will tell you one thing. I
What are you
am
gonna tell me?
glad I'm not Jamie in this competition.
Yeah, dude.
Because as a judge, that is such a stressful place to watch.
Oh gosh. Here we go, on the acorn. Jumping right to the middle. So less moves to make, but now you gotta spend more time building up, and it's so hard to build this thing up.
See
It's
her
so
elbows.
heavy.
She's locked off here. That's using a lot of energy. I'd like to see her relax a little bit more.
Come on, you get big kicks, big kicks. You have to build it up.
Come on, stay focused in.
Oh, she's burning here a little bit. You could see it in her face. A little bit of disappointment there, but honestly, a pretty strong run. I know she wanted a little bit more, but
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough. That acorn is so heavy. I think she could tell she's having a hard time building the momentum on it. It's so heavy. But with that, let's take a look at our leaderboard, starting with the women's side, to see where that puts. And that puts Torre in third place right now with, falling on the acorn, but the fastest to get there. And then Jessie Beier in second, 2:29, completing the acorn, obviously then falling past the pad. And Rachel Brown, blazing fast, 1 minute and 37 seconds past the acorn, but just couldn't figure out the monkey lock.
yeah, and then you can see Hayley getting just bumped out, and then Elena Borges, unfortunately, will not be qualifying for the third major at this competition. There's still 2 more chances, but it won't be happening
Which
here.
is crazy. She's sitting in third place in the season right now. So we'll see. I think she's going to go to another qualifier. And even if she doesn't, she might still be able to make the championship, but I don't know if that's a risk I would want to take if I'm Elena.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be close, but we'll see how that shakes out. But then looking over at the men's side of things, Dave Cavanaugh still sitting in first place from his impressive run.
2:47 through the ladder limo, getting to that last obstacle. Right behind him, Nick Forney and Thomas Stillings getting to that last obstacle. Only 3 athletes so far, about halfway through, getting through the ladder limbo. Jamie's a nutbag, man. This is a tough course, and the time limit is pretty stiff, I think.
Well, I mean, just look at this top 5. Every one of them a veteran that's been competing for many, many years, and no finishers so far.
This is insane.
It's
Caleb Bergstrom, Jake Murray couldn't beat the ladder limbo, and that's like we talk about. We're just like with Elena. Jake's sitting in first, but that's a risk, and Caleb sitting in 5th. That's a tough spot.
Caleb's got to be worried. He's hosting UNX competition at his gym, so he won't have a chance to qualify there, and so it's going to be really risky. Caleb's sitting in a tough spot right now.
Yeah, but that's the leaderboard right now. Let's get back to the action, starting with Aaron Easterling on the course.
When you're ready, it's on you. Clear.
Starting right on off, smooth through the first 2 obstacles. Staying off the blue pads.
Ooh, I
Nicely
like that drop
done.
in the knee. I like how he drops his back knee to show a little more control there.
Yeah, you get your center of gravity a little bit lower. You can control those movements better, and then your hands are there if you need them. Pretty smart. I like it.
Takes 1 One backswing.
Oh! A little out of control, but he makes it.
Out of control there on the dismount. That's an understatement. His legs were everywhere.
39 seconds.
Here we go. I like that it was one pullback, though.
Yeah, me too. Train, adapt, overcome. I like that. Let's see if he can do all three of those right now.
Certainly adapted on that last dismount.
Those feet getting a little low. Keep them up, keep them high. Watch that foot. It makes me really nervous. He's got it. Okay, now you got footholds here, so. Aaron making his way, looking at the platform. He's looking at early dismount.
Ooh,
Nice.
Early dismount. That's the first time we've seen an athlete dismount from that spot.
I think that's so smart. It's actually a little bit higher and less moves, less time. He's at about 1:30 right now, getting to the acorn. That's a tough pace. I feel like your pace got to be a little faster if you're looking for a course clear.
Yeah, and right now he's taking a lot of rest here.
Jumps right out to the middle. Oh, I love that backswing.
Oh, he had such a powerful backswing. You could see how he brought his knees up. He pulled up on the backswing, and I don't think he let his arms relax enough to get the dismount that he needed to.
Yeah, if he had taken one more swing, he would have had it for sure. But that's the risk. I think that's the thing is this field of athletes is so strong. You got to take risks like that. I like it. You got to do stuff like that if you want to win.
I like it, but I think when he dismounted, he still had his elbows bent, and it just cut off some of his range of motion there and cut off his dismount.
Now we have an athlete that loves taking risks, Jesse Lacera,
The Jet.
stepping up next, and he was one spot away from qualifying at the last Qualifier Movement Lab. So we'll see what we see from Jesse the Jet right now. So smooth through the first two. I mean, Jesse's been competing for so long. He's got so much experience. Every move I would expect from him to be just calculated and well thought out. No wasted moves, no wasted steps. Oh, that's actually a little surprising.
Yeah, gets that hook caught up there a little bit, but I mean, a quick recovery.
Yeah. And honestly, still on a super fast pace. Making his way through these first couple moves pretty smooth.
Yeah, I mean, he's moving so fluid right now. I really like the pace that he's on.
Clear.
And he gets the dismount, now he's through the speeder wall.
The speeder wall.
Just hits a minute here.
Wow, that is blazing fast.
Yeah, he's on a really good pace. I like this. Jumps up to the top. Now he's going to move his hands up.
Big swing. That's a huge amount of swing. He's got to stop himself.
Grabs the ring, stops his momentum.
And switching his grip around a little bit. This is such a hard obstacle to figure out. Here we go.
He's going for the figure four technique, same that we saw with Thomas Stillings.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, so much core strength is being used here
Yeah.
to switch your feet every time.
And time, and the time. I mean, we saw Stillings got to the last obstacle, had only 20 seconds left when he started it. I just don't like that this takes so much time to get through. But he's looking smooth.
I mean, your number one priority.
Man, that's such a tough obstacle, and it's so hard to watch. Some of the athletes make it look so easy, and he was making it look easy at that point, but you just slide a little bit, and you're just gone.
Yeah, I mean, you can see his back peg just popped right off.
That is crazy. I mean, Jesse's somebody you'd expect to finish any course he steps his foot on, but we honestly would expect a lot of these athletes to be finished this course. This course is eating athletes up.
I don't know if I would expect him to finish. A Jamie Ron course has only seen one finisher in like 5 years, so...
And you know who that finisher was? Donovan Metoyer, who is up right now.
Donovan,
what a great segue.
Donovan, the only finisher of a Jamie Ron course in like 5 years.
God, it looks so good when he does it too, you know? Well-dressed man.
Looks good. Well, Donovan is sitting in second place in the UNX standings, but he's not guaranteed to the third major, and so this is is a big competition for him.
It is. It's such a crazy spot to be in because there's a lot of likelihood that he makes it to the championship still, but why leave it up to other people? You know, why not solidify your fate yourself? And I think that's what we're going to see from Donovan.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you want to talk about an athlete who's competed well this season.
I do.
Look no further.
Right, he's right here.
Donovan.
Well, he's so fast, and he always finds shortcuts that other athletes just seem not to find. Oh, no.
Oh, no. I mean, you could see it. He knew it right away. Pretty much called himself out.
Yeah.
His foot slipped off of the foothold and touched the blue.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. He goes so fast. That is one of the things I worry about with Donovan is that sometimes he is thinking speed, 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 and, like, that's just a foot slip. Like, that is something that I would never expect to happen to Donovan. He's so good, and just a foot placement taps the bottom. That's it. That's the end of his run.
Yeah, and so, I mean, he's not going to be coming back to the third major from this competition. He still has 2 more chances potentially if he decides to, but he is sitting in second place. He has a pretty good amount of points on the season.
Yeah.
And so it's not far-fetched for him to still make it to the championship, but we'll have to follow and see what happens to him throughout.
This is crazy so far.
Yeah.
What's happening on this course. But another athlete that I think is super underrated, flies under the radar, Johnny Wilder, a young athlete. This guy is unbelievable. One of the strongest athletes I've ever seen, and he's stepping foot on the course right now.
When you're ready, it's yours.
You know, NNL World Finals, I think it was season 4 or season 3. There were only 5 athletes to make it to stage 3, one of which...
Oh, and a huge stumble there, but a big save from Johnny. Holy cow.
That was, I mean, that's great save. Great presence to fix that quickly and keep moving.
But yeah, National Ninja League Finals down in Ninja Quest.
Yeah, well, he was one of 5 to make it to stage 3. One of the other ones designed this course, Jamie Rott.
And one of the other ones commentating on this run, Ethan Swanson.
It was a lot of fun out there, but that was kind of when Johnny came onto the map for me, seeing how unbelievably strong he was.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is his first.
That's the first time we're seeing that. Just a pop through, doing a little dynamic move there, not wasting time. Yeah, this is his first UNX comp. That was about as good as we've seen anybody dismount there.
Oh, and a little slip on the speeder wall, but he recovers.
He's making me nervous, man. He looks a little unsteady, a little shaken, but he's moving. And they're only tiny, tiny little things. Nothing's caught him up too big so far. Wow.
And he's not really moving his hands forward. He's going to go for it.
Easily.
Wow.
That was... Maybe you don't have to move forward on that thing.
Oh, I like this a lot. Moving backwards, it gives you a little bit better of a reach. Moving...
This is the obstacle I'm least worried about for Johnny. Look at it, he's not even struggling. He might as well be just doing monkey bars right now.
I love the backwards technique there.
Nice.
He's off at, I mean, he's a minute 45. He's on about the same pace as some of our other athletes on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he looks good. I mean, this is a good position to be in right now.
He's looking great. I know a couple little stumbles getting here, but that's all in the past.
You know, I would expect him to get through these mustaches, and I think he'll get to the ladder limbo, and that's what I'm going to be worried about for him because he is a little bit taller of a competitor.
Yeah, and then it just comes down to tech. You know, do you get it on your first try? Wow.
And he skips the second hold. The first person we've seen not move over.
Yeah. Why waste an extra move, you know? That was very impressive. Here we go.
Taller competitor here. He's got to keep his feet up.
Yep. Come on, Johnny. Pop back. Oh, man. Keeping those heels up, yes.
Such a creative obstacle, and he has an entire minute to get through this.
And the shirt's off. Get that extra weight out of here. I mean, he's got the time. Are we going to see our first finisher right now? I think there's a great possibility.
I think just relax. You have so much time.
Yeah, just relax. There's nothing on the line.
Just relax here.
Come on.
I mean, we saw with Cavanaugh, he kept popping out of this.
Oh, no, okay.
Oh, this is what we saw with Cavanaugh. This makes me really worried.
Okay. Come on. Oh. And you know, when he was on that obstacle, he went forward grip, complete forward grip, and that bar spins on you. I really wish we would have seen him go mixed grip.
I mean, it's so tough. Mixed grip is so much more secure when you're on a bar like that that's free spinning.
But if you don't train it, it feels really weird and awkward, and he's just obviously more comfortable forward grip. Unfortunately, not good enough to finish the course, but sitting in a great spot.
An impressive time there, and I mean, that's going to be really hard to beat. You know, if you don't finish the course, that's really hard.
Yes, that's really, that is really hard. But next up, we have Amon Johnson stepping up to the starting line, taking his shot at this beast of a course with no finishers yet. Waltzing on through those first two, a little iffy on that, but he's got it.
Well, if you've never tried to run up a wall like that without your hands, it is awkward. Oh, gets a stumble there.
Nice.
You kept seeing his body is up high.
Yeah, we've seen some other athletes get down low on the rock and rollers, but he's through it.
All right, here we go.
30 seconds in.
Ooh. He's gonna go for this dismount here. I think he could have had it there. First swing, but makes it look good.
All right, is he going low? Oh no, he's just using that low piece to get up.
Oh. You could see his body was about to come back from the wall, and he quickly grabbed onto the ledge to secure himself.
Slow transition down. It's looking controlled.
I like this a lot so far.
Me too. Making his way through now. He's pretty much just got the dismount. Keeping his feet on those holds. I like that. Getting your feet higher than those holds to get yourself more of a push off.
And he's through the speeder wall. So next up onto the Acorn, and doesn't choose to chalk up. He goes right into it.
Yeah, not much rest, but he's almost up on 2 minutes right now.
All right, he's moving up a little bit. Take a look at his arms. He's locked off a little bit here. Whew.
Nice soft dismount though. I like the loft he got, landed really controlled. And he's going right into the monkey lock. That's a lot of swing.
Man, he's got a lot of swing. You don't want a lot of swing on this because that's just going to force one of the pegs to pop out.
Come on.
Oh, and he pops out there.
He saves it. How did he hold on to that?
Save there.
How in the world? Oh, no.
Well, you could see he was building up his swing to try to make that reach over to the next hold, and the peg just popped right out on him.
I have no idea how he saved that first pop out. That's a lot of swing, and you're just cranking on that hold. That was super impressive.
Really strong there.
Next up, we have Justin Cuñado stepping up on the course. Taller athlete, super fast, definitely known for his speed. And I would be willing to bet that we're going to see him flying through this course, not really resting very much.
Well, Justin's competed in a few UNXs before, and so
Nice, that
got
was
the
quick.
experience. You know what it takes to get to the major.
He does, but I think the first ever qualifier, he didn't know where the course went and stepped off the course. So hopefully he's learned from that.
Yeah, unfortunately, he couldn't show up to the competition until right before he ran.
I know.
So that was a tough spot for him, but I think he'll be a little bit more prepared on this one.
I think so too. He's looking very prepared and so smooth. It's at 40 seconds right now. This is a really fast pace. We've seen other athletes getting a minute through the speeder wall has been like a super fast pace. And right now he's at about 55 seconds, so he's on pace with the fastest. Right at a minute. Chalking up a bit before the Acorn.
Oh, runs into it. I like that. Gets a little bit of swing going. Goes for the dismount.
Sticks it.
Stuck landing even.
I love it.
Great. I mean, a great dismount there.
Here we go, onto the monkey lock. It's been making pretty short work of this course so far.
I don't know if
Slipping a little bit.
he's trying to figure this out.
Okay, he's fine. You're allowed to reset on any obstacle you'd like. Changing his approach and going forward.
Well, this is certainly not an obstacle I've ever seen in this configuration, and so it just looked like he just didn't know what strategy he wanted to take there, trying to feel it out, figure it out. Yeah.
I think that obstacle is just tough, pretty much no matter what you do it, and it's just peg peel out of his hands.
Yeah.
But next up, we have Catherine Patorf up now, and she is going to take on this course. And she's off.
Clear. Clear.
Already through 2 obstacles, sliding her way down the warp wall and right into the rock and rollers.
I love the way that she's attacking this right now. I mean, there's just no hesitation from this girl.
Yeah, this is great. And right now, only 2 women have beaten the acorn. So you gotta know that's what she's thinking, is get to the acorn quickly, beat it, and do it with a good time, because we might have, we might have a bunch. That might be the cutoff, is how fast you beat the acorn.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting later into the day, and so you're kind of watching this competition unfold as a competitor, and you're right. It's like, just get to the acorn
And beat it.
and beat it. I mean, you want to beat it, yeah. But
Come on. Good.
Nice.
I love the way that she's attacking the course so far. She looks really good, really confident here,
She's on a great pace.
and yeah, just a great pace.
Come on. Stay focused.
Well, this is the tricky part. You really got to trust this move here.
Yes.
I like that we saw her kind of sit back and just reevaluate for a second, take a breath, and not force anything. What's the best way to do this?
It's so easy as a competitor to panic in that situation, but I think you're right.
And this dismount's proven so difficult. Come on. Come on. Oh, no, and she must have, I mean, Jamie's got a better angle than we did there. She must have touched her foot. Got called out, unfortunately, but we've seen athletes get so close, and she must have just been on the wrong side of that line.
Yeah, I'm excited to see her compete again. I mean, she won't be competing at the major, but, I hope to see her at another UNX because I really like the way that she handled the first half of that course.
Yeah, me too. Really aggressive, really confident. I think those are 2 super important aspects to any course run. You have to have those things.
Yeah, absolutely. But then up next, we've got Elijah stepping up to the starting line.
Young athlete, but so strong and well known across the entire country. I mean, some of these young athletes like Elijah are so good. It's hard to look at them as, teenagers. They're super strong competitors. And right now he's competing with the best, and we'll see how he does.
I mean, you can tell they put the time in, they train hard, they've competed a lot, so they do have a lot of experience. And so for somebody like Elijah, he's a veteran.
He is a veteran. Well, I met him when he was like less than my shoulder height, and now he's taller than I am. He's been training for so long. He's a great kid and a great athlete. Those heels.
His foot gets a little bit close there. Oh my gosh. They love giving me a heart attack.
I know. But like you said, I'd rather be us than be Jamie.
Absolutely. So hard to be a judge in this situation, especially on this dismount here. We've seen a lot of heels get close. Nice.
Keeps those feet up, yeah.
That was right through the speeder wall.
At 1:10. It's pretty fast. Loses the hat, though.
Ditches the hat.
We'll see how that affects him.
Okay, he jumps to the middle there.
Yep. Walking his hands forward. I wonder if he's going to go on this one or take one more swing.
Ooh.
Wow. Close on the dismount, but I like it. He was confident, knew where he was, and then you're not taking another extra swing on a finger grip hold with big swings.
I like this. This is really smart. Takes the first peg out and leans out.
Well, if you got the height, yeah.
He's got the height for it.
He's making short work of this. He's, straight arming pretty much and moving through very quick.
Well, he's moving quick, but at the same time, he's so controlled. His body's not moving that much. And that's what you need on this obstacle.
Yep. And he's through 1 minute and 58 seconds, just under 2 minutes. Gives him a
slower of a pace so far, but
he can.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, it's a good amount of time still left. I like that, reaching out right away. And,
oh, well, you can see on those mustaches, one side has a lip and the other side doesn't. And when he reached out with that left hand, he reached the side that did not have a lip on it.
Yeah.
And he slid right off.
And it was kind of like he hit the top and then popped down a little bit, then popped down more, and then just, I think it was just unexpected and just threw him right off. Wow, man. It was like when he was there, I was literally thinking like, all right, let's see how he does on the lateral limbo, how he does in that dismount.
It's so easy to overlook some of the minor things, but you know, you really got to stay focused, stay locked in on every single obstacle, and we saw it right there.
Every obstacle matters. Yeah, big time. We have another young athlete, Ava Long, stepping up to the starting line right now. And she trains with RJ Rowan. We're going to see him run later. And Elena Boer, he's standing right there, showing her some support. I'm sure they've all strategized together in what she needs to do.
Yeah, such a cool thing about this sport. You know, it's really the athletes versus the course, not really versus each other. You can see Elena, you know, already knocked out of this competition, but still supporting Ava here.
I like it. That was really confident there. Through the rock and rollers. Looking good, looking smooth.
Yeah, she looks good so far. Wearing that bucket of chalk shirt. Bucket of chalk, such a cool organization.
Yeah, it's a great group of, I think it started younger athletes that, you know, wanted to train together across the country with each other and be part of something together. And it's really cool to see it grow. And she's repping the shirt while she's crushing it. She's doing great so far. That was really nice and controlled.
See how she does on this transition. Making her way down.
Stay focused.
Here's the move, the trust fall here.
Right. And
catch that ledge.
And another shorter athlete. Oh, yes!
Well, you could see her feet swung out, but still had the strength to hold onto that ledge, which is not a big ledge.
You know what's crazy is she swung out, and it was obviously out of control, but she actually looked like she's like, okay, let me just hang on while I swing back here. She didn't look like it was out of control. Here we go. Dismount. Oh, my gosh!
I mean, Jamie gives her the okay. It looks like she's good. Her foot came so close there.
So close, but he's right there. He has the best angle, so he says go ahead.
Unbelievable there. I don't know how she was able to keep that foot off the blue.
Me either, but here she is on the acorn, and she's making great time, but I think, you know, if she clears this, she's going to be sitting in a pretty good spot. She's got to build up that swing more, though.
Oh, it just doesn't quite get enough to get to the platform.
She was really fast to that point, maybe the fastest to that point. So we'll see where that stacks up at the end of the competition, but we still have more competitors left.
Yeah, so next up, we've got Maggie Owen stepping up to the starting line.
Maggie!
If you've been watching UNX this season, you know this name right here. She's sitting in first place.
First place tied with Barclay Stockett. I mean, that should go to show you. Everybody knows Barclay Stockett's name. They should know Maggie's name at this point.
And Maggie,
oh,
she's based on Major 2 performance, she's guaranteed to Major 3 already. And based on her season points, she's guaranteed to the championship.
So this is just like a, hey, let's sharpen the skills, see, you know, where I stack up. But, I mean, I would expect big things out of Maggie, no matter what. But right now she has no nerves. Or at least maybe much less than she would if she wasn't guaranteed already.
I think for an athlete like Maggie, every time she steps onto the course, she wants to perform well. She puts pressure on herself. So I'm not going to say there's no nerves, but yeah, she's in a good spot, that's for sure.
It's a great spot. And she's got the rock climbing background, so this is like V0 for her, right?
This should be cake for her. I mean, she was a climber for much of her youth growing up.
Here we
So
go.
let's see what she's got here.
Nice.
Smooth
Look at
transition there.
She just cuts her feet just because she feels like, I don't need them here. These are jugs. Going those last holds, and we'll see how she does in dismount here. I don't even know what to think anymore, man. Like,
Jamie is sitting right there, and Jamie has been doing this longer than almost anybody. And so, I mean, he's making these calls, and holy cow.
I don't like watching it. I don't like watching that dismount. You just don't know. They're all so close. But yeah, Jamie's got the best seat in the house for it. We'll see how Maggie. She's got a great swing, but she's got to get forward, I think.
Maggie's got really good fingertip strength. And so I think the hold there for her is not too bad, but it's going to be generating the power.
Wow,
Barely
great.
keeps her heels up.
But she does. I mean, clearly we saw it from that angle. Like, she had her feet at least an inch above the blue, so she's good. And I'm really curious to see how she does on this. This is so grip intensive, but Maggie's got the grip.
Yeah, Maggie certainly has a grip. She's got decent lock-off strength. I guarantee she's never seen an obstacle like this before.
It's so tough.
She was going long arm, and I actually would have liked to see her lock off because I'm one of her coaches, and I know that she can lock off. So
yeah, and it becomes, I think, easier in your grip when you lock off because it's easier to get your hand in this position and hold it so that the peg doesn't spin on you.
Right, and you're just engaging more muscles to try to take the relief off of just your hands and your fingers holding onto that peg.
Yeah. Next up, we have Danny O'Donnell. Such an electrifying athlete to watch. I think he flies under the radar also, but he was UNA amateur champion at Worlds this past year. So I don't think he's going to be running in amateur divisions anymore.
Yeah, Danny's certainly up and coming here.
Yeah.
Really excited to see what he brings to this course.
Right, trains with Mike Salenzi out in Libertyville in Illinois, and he's got a gymnastics background. Plus, running this late in the run order, I feel like he knows exactly what he has to do. I mean, at this point, we have no finisher still. Not a single finisher.
I mean, that's insane.
That is insane.
I gotta think, like,
Jamie, what are you doing to these people?
one finisher in 5 years from Jamie Ron. I gotta think I don't know if we will see a finisher here today, but
I don't know.
Day's not over.
Yeah, and maybe Danny can do it.
Danny's
Danny's
giving me
a
hope.
great athlete, yeah. He's going more a methodical pace right now. He's coming up on about a minute. My guess is this obstacle is probably the one that's most uncomfortable for him with the gymnastics background. I don't know how much climbing he does. That was a great dismount.
Well, he showed you on that dismount.
Shut up for a second.
You want to see uncomfortable Swan? Check this out.
But the time is edging up. He's at 1:25 right now. A huge kick. Oh, wow. Man.
So smooth. Stops his momentum.
That's that gymnastics background. That technique, baby.
Yeah, gymnast looks so strong there.
He just did a one-arm pull-up on that, pretty much.
And now you could look at his lower body, controlling, making sure that he doesn't get too much swing.
Wow. This is unbelievable, the control. And now he's at just under 2 minutes. So he made up a lot of time there on the monkey lock. About 1 minute and 40 seconds left. I think you got to go, though. You got to give yourself some time.
Yeah, you really want to give yourself time for that last obstacle. We've seen it be so tricky.
All right. Looks like he's going for that move that Cavanaugh did.
Well, he's got the... Oh! You could see the second hold is moving right now. He punched it.
It looked like he hit his head on the bar also. Jamie checked with him afterwards. He is okay. He didn't cut himself or anything, but he slammed his hand on that second hold and then definitely hit his head on that bar going for that big move.
Well,
that's crazy.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, that's why the second hold is there. It's to help you progress through the obstacle, and making a big move like that is such a risk.
Yeah. Definitely got to be aware of your surroundings. I'm surprised from Danny because of his background, in body awareness and everything. But unfortunately, that's the end of his run. Glad he's okay, but we're moving on to our next athlete, Kaden Lebsack.
Kaden Lebsack, coming off of a huge performance from Major 2, ended up in second place. He's guaranteed to Major 3.
Must be nice. So, you know, kind of like with Maggie Owen we saw earlier, I think for him, this is, this is more of a sharpen your skills, not much on the line other than just, you know, kind of some pride, I think, and seeing how you stack up.
Yeah, pride, experience, and like you said, sharpening your skills and getting ready for that third major, because Kaden is not sitting in a position to get into. Oh no, I'm sorry. He is. He's sitting in 7th place on the season, so he's going to need more points at that third major to get to the championship.
Yeah, 7th place is, I mean, he's on the fringe of top 8, but I think he's got to put together a good performance in order to stay in that top 8 at the major. So this is great practice, especially with who's here. This is almost like a mini major.
Absolutely. There's so many strong athletes here.
Yeah. And he's through the speeder wall, minute 5, which is a great pace. And on to the acorn. You know, his grip strength and upper body strength is so impressive. I think he'd probably hang on this thing all day if he wanted to.
Yeah, well, that was one of the things that really impressed me about Kaden getting to the second major was his performance at Ninja Warehouse. Which was brutal upper body. It
was, and he was one of only 2 finishers there, so, I mean, he could be the one to break through here. This is a little different course.
Look at him locking off here. His body is so controlled. There's no movement. It's amazing.
It's so smart because we've seen some athletes slip out of these pegs already, and he's not risking anything as far as stuff he can't control, like a little slip on pegs.
So controlled there. He's at about 2 minutes, so a little slower of a pace than like Dave or Thomas Stillings, but
he's going for a finish. And then again, he doesn't have any pressure to rush to any point because he doesn't have to make a top 3 to qualify. I love it. I love what we're seeing here. Nice. One pull back and going to the doggy doors. Very smooth.
And I mean, Kaden, he's not the tallest competitor, so here on the limbo, I think he's got a little bit of an advantage in that he's not going to have to keep his feet up too high.
I am thinking about the technique, though, here. A younger competitor is you wonder about, you know, how many moves like this has he practiced? Oh my
gosh. You could see his right foot, his heel was so close.
Holy cow. But Jamie's right there. You can see Jamie's head is like level with the blue pad. He's watching. He gives him the clear, and we're on to the last obstacle. We've got 40 seconds left.
Plenty of time here to get through this. We haven't seen anybody do it yet. This is the tricky part. We saw Cavanaugh struggle with this.
Nice. Yes.
Up.
Wow.
Unreal.
So smooth. Come on.
Just makes the dismount. Kaden Lebsack is our first finisher here at Ultimate Ninja St. Louis.
Wow, our first clear. It can be done. And it has been done by Kaden Lebsack again. Again, he's one of the athletes, and this time the only athlete so far that's broken through where nobody else has.
I mean, it's unbelievable the way that this kid competes. He's 14 years old.
Well, what do you think is going to happen at the third major? He's going to crush people.
It's so impressive, especially coming off of his second place performance at the major to come in. He's the first finisher here at Ultimate Ninja St. Louis.
This kid is the future, man. This kid is literally the future. He's not the future. He's the present. He's crushing top athletes right now. That is so exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it's an awesome run. I mean, he really set himself up well to succeed with the time that he got there. He had 40 seconds to complete it, and you could see it was boom, 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 and off.
That was pretty much it. It was that fast. But wow, so impressed from Kaden. Puts him definitely in first place right now, but also doesn't take away a qualifying spot from anybody else. And our next athlete up right now is Rachel Beth Drake, going to be trying to take one of those qualifying spots, stepping on the course. Very young athlete, but she did compete in, this is not her first UNX qualifier, she was at Ninja Quest, and she actually was one spot out of qualifying at Ninja Quest.
Yeah, one spot out, that's a tough spot to be in.
That is a tough spot to be in. We'll see how she does today, yep. Ooh, okay, I saw that second rock and roller slide back a little bit, but she more than enough to make it.
Nice. I love the way that she's running through these lower body obstacles.
Yeah, not hesitating at all. I love it. I mean, she might be young, but clearly she's very experienced. One pullback and dismount. We've seen a lot of that. Just take multiple swings there. This is awesome. She's cruising.
Yeah, she is cruising right now. Making it look good.
So controlled. And one of the younger athletes, shorter athlete, these moves, these reaches are going to be harder for her, especially this one coming up here.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough move.
All right, we saw that Caleb Bergstrom was able to reach it.
Like that, the push off, good.
Nice, so controlled.
Very controlled there. Her feet stayed on. Made it look good.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can see Jamie getting in a position to judge this dismount here.
Come on. Come on, Rachel Beth.
Oh, and I think her foot, she knows it. You can see it in her face.
Yeah.
Her foot did touch the blue on that one.
It didn't. You can see her foot stop as soon as it got close. It stopped. It touched. Unfortunately, that's the end of her run. I mean, it's a tough dismount for anybody. We've seen people get really close, and a shorter athlete, it's just you have less reach.
Well, you're kind of scrunched up on that wall. You're angled back. You gotta. It's a far move.
It is a far move. And next up, we have Justin Cranmer stepping up, and this is his home gym. He works here. And we'll see how he attacks this course. He's been competing in a lot of UNXs, and he's been close to qualifying. Hasn't qualified yet for a major. Hoping this can be the time.
He's been close, like you said. He works here. It's his home gym. You know, with any UNX, employees are allowed to compete, but they have no part in the course or any of that. But I mean, you got to feel comfortable in your own gym.
Yeah, definitely. And then no traveling. It's just business as usual, but just now a big competition.
Maybe not as usual.
So not business as usual at all. But for him, it's looking like business as usual as he's flying through these first couple obstacles.
He looks good. Making his way through.
And a taller competitor, definitely got some big reach. I wonder if he's even just going to be able to grab this thing without even launching. Pretty much. Kind of crazy to see Rachel Beth and then see Justin do these same moves right afterwards. But I would expect almost the same thing. You probably just reach. Yeah, this is easy for him. And not only great technique, but also the height too,
Well, this part worries me is look at just how scrunched up he is because of how tall he is. I got to wonder if he'll try to extend his foot out or... I mean, he
looked pretty smooth,
pretty good.
And confident, didn't hesitate. We've seen some athletes stick there for a second or two and look at it, and he just went.
Yeah, no, he looked pretty good there. He's onto the Acorn. This is a brand new obstacle here at Ultimate Ninja St. Louis, built specifically for this competition.
There's a handful of those in this competition. Building that big swing. Nice.
Saves it. You can see he put his right hand on the monkey bar, made sure not to knock the peg out.
Yeah. We saw Dave Cavanaugh almost lose it earlier. Well, I like these lockoffs. He's got a little bit of swing.
A little swing in the lower body, but you're right, I like lockoffs.
Looking really controlled.
Oh!
Man, and that's the story of the monkey lock is you're off even a little bit, you have a little bit of swing, just it's over.
Well, yeah, you can see Kaden didn't really have any swing to his lower body. Justin, every time he would make a move, he kind of shifted his hips to try to counter the movement, but it was a little bit too much swing and popped him right out.
Yeah, unfortunately, the end of Justin's run. But next up, we have Cameron Baumgartner stepping up to the course. Freak of nature. This guy is so impressive. He hasn't even been training that long.
He hasn't been training that long, but honestly...
You can see the power. And just, I know they're simple obstacles, but you see the power right away there. Powerful athlete.
Yeah, he's an impressive athlete. He hasn't put together that one run. I was just about to say, he hasn't put together the one run to showcase his abilities, and this is another example. He has so much more than what he's proven.
I know.
And just a slip up there.
I think it goes back to experience, is that he needs a little bit more experience competing and stuff like this. I think is going to help him. Like, okay, yes, I need to go fast. Yes, I need to prove it. Yes, I need to do these things, but I need to make sure I go fast while I'm being careful. And his foot was in the wrong spot.
Yeah, I mean, foot in the wrong spot. And you're right. It's just for any competitor, it's you take every time you fail, it's a lesson that you take with you to the next competition. And you can see it with some of these other athletes. You go fast, but you make sure to lock in the easy things.
Right. Well, next up we have RJ Roman, our second to last runner.
Second to last runner, that's a good spot to be, but behind you is Michael Torres.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. If you're not sitting in first place right now, you're not safe. These two guys are so good, and you see him right here. He's so fast. He competed. This is his second UNX qualifier. He was at Ninja Quest and made a little tiny mistake. Was on such a fast pace. And you see it here. He's so fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's moving well, and especially at Ninja Quest. It was a really tiny mistake that ended his run.
Like a half an inch. But here we go.
Come on, stay focused.
Almost loses, yeah.
Comfortable here on this obstacle, but
well, RJ likes big swings. He's a big swings kind of guy. This is like more the controlled movements. RJ, what are you doing to us?
Literally having a heart attack over here. Thank God he's through.
RJ.
And now, I mean, he's moving quick. But you're right. I think this is an athlete who loves the big swings, the big moves. And on that static style obstacle, holy
He's
cow.
probably frothing at the mouth to hit this acorn right now. This is his bread and butter. Oh, man. RJ.
I mean, he's getting through. He's moving really, really fast so far.
He's got some swing here.
Very close calls.
He's got some swing. Oh, man. He's through.
He is just moving recklessly right now, and it's working.
Recklessly. He's at 1 minute and 30 seconds. 1:30. He is killing everyone else's time right now.
The fastest pace so far. Now it looks like he's going to take some rest.
Well, I mean, at this point, there's only one finisher, and that finisher's already qualified. So if he just gets to the last obstacle with a fast enough time, he's in, and he doesn't even have to finish. I think that's what he's thinking. Dude, look at this. One pull back and go on each of those doggy doors. We've seen athletes take multiple swings.
And he's getting down.
Holy cow.
If he can dismount this.
Come on, RJ. Well, RJ is so technical. I would imagine he's got it.
He hits it a little bit, but it does not come off. The wheel has to come off, and he's through here.
Well, he is now qualified.
He's guaranteed to the major.
Yes, but that's not it. That's not all he wants.
That's not enough right now.
Come on. He's got 1 minute and 15 seconds left. You can see him. He's taking his time, resting. He's done so much work to give himself this opportunity to relax. You know, chill out for a sec, RJ.
I mean, he's been resting for a decent amount of time here, and he still has 1 minute left. It's unreal the pace that he's on. And also, congratulations, RJ. Guaranteed to the major.
Congrats, but come on, let's see it. I want another finisher. We've only got one right now.
I would love to see another finisher on this course.
He's coming up on 45 seconds right now. He's at 3 minutes.
And he is set up well for success here. Plenty of time, a lot of rest.
I like it. Yes, come on. Oh, no.
Oh, he's back down.
Okay, come on.
He's getting stuck there on this transition.
No, come on, come on. Uh-oh. Is he going for a dismount? Oh, no! No!
He had the time. I don't know if maybe he was just burning and he couldn't make that move and he just didn't want to keep trying it, but he had the time to keep going.
Right. Right, the time is still running. He still has 10 seconds left, you know? But, what an awesome run from RJ and gets him in a qualifying spot. I mean, he's sitting right behind Kaden Lebsack right now. And Michael Torres is up next. He's the last runner.
So on the bubble, that means Dave Cavanaugh is sitting on the bubble.
It's not a great spot, especially at Torres right here. I'd be very nervous if I was Dave right now.
But yeah, so let's see Torres. Let's see what he's got.
The thing is, Torres is sitting in 5th place, so that's another spot that, like, if he doesn't make the 3rd major, he could be losing his spot in the championship. It literally might all come down to this run for Michael Torres.
Yeah, Torres, he's got to get back to that 3rd major.
Nice, come on, Torres.
There's so much on the line. Torres has been at every single major, and he's never been a guaranteed athlete. He's always fought his way in from the qualifiers, and man, he's done so well. And you know, I think he's finished every qualifying course he's touched.
Is that true?
I think, yeah, he finished Ultimate Ninjas in Naperville. And then he was a finisher at center court by like a 1/10 of a second. So we'll see. There's only one finisher right now. Let's keep it going, Torres.
That's an incredible streak right there.
Yeah, that is incredible.
But I mean, this one's gonna be tough. But Torres,
You think? Yeah, this one's gonna be a little tough. But he's looking smooth. You know, his pace right now he's at a minute, so he's not going blazing fast, which makes me really nervous because I think at this pace, if he doesn't pick it up, he's going to have to finish the course. I mean, we'll see how it comes out, but I like that. One swing, made up some time there.
And there's a lot of movement in that lower body. Okay, settles it a little bit. His legs are kind of all over the place.
He's slowing it down a little bit.
Okay. He's a little nervous.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike.
Come on, Torres.
And he
Yes, okay.
He's got the hold. Makes
And
the dismount.
the
He's at about
dismount.
a minute and 49, minute 50.
Which is on pace, I think, with Dave.
It's on a pretty average pace there.
And so Cavanaugh's time through the ladder limbo was 2:47.5.
He is
Uh-oh.
really crooked right here.
Oh no.
It's just going to take a couple extra swings to correct this.
And that's an extra 6 seconds or 7 seconds there. That he's at 2:30 right now. I don't think there's any chance he beats Dave's time through this salmon ladder. No, he's at 2:40. He's got 7 seconds to do this. Right, he's got to finish this course, or that's it.
He's going down backwards here. I like
He's got
this.
a lot of swing. Oh, no.
He's building swing. I like this a lot.
Oh, yes, Torres.
He did not beat Dave's time, though, so he has to finish if he wants to get to the major.
It literally all comes down to this obstacle. He's at 3 minutes right now, 3:05. He's got 40 seconds left. It's him or Dave is going to the major, and it's up to Torres to decide.
Incredible. Well, he's going to jump into it here. Whoa.
30 seconds left. Come on, Torres. Oh,
Where
no.
Dave struggled.
Fixes it.
Fixes it. He's moving up.
Wow.
He just has to make the dismount.
Oh, he's got it.
He
Come on.
got this right now.
Yes.
Torres finishes the course and keeps his streak alive of finishing every qualifier course that he's attempted.
That's unbelievable. I don't think there's anybody else who's done that.
I don't know. I mean, we'll have to go back.
Well, I got to look back here.
We'll have to go back and look at the data, but honestly,
Holy cow.
Torres, nobody else has done it in all 3 rounds. Torres has competed in open qualifiers in all 3 rounds to earn his way to the major, and he's finished every time.
Boom, boom, boom. Man, it's so awesome. I mean, Torres, it's so clutch. You're the last runner. The amount of pressure that he was probably feeling after seeing so many people fall, and I don't want to take anything away from Kaden, but also, Kaden didn't have as many nerves, so, Torres is probably crapping his pants a little bit and, has to perform, and he does, big time.
Yeah, I mean, Kaden knows he's going to the next major, so
Right.
he can kind of take his time. He just wants to finish the course. Torres has that little bit of, I got to move fast. I want to try to get that spot, but, finishes the course, and unfortunately, Dave Cavanaugh gets bumped out, but at the same time, Torres just earns that spot.
Well, let's get one thing straight. There's a lot of unfortunate leads at this comp. I mean, there are so many people that, you think of all the names. I want every one of them to be at the major, and there's only 3 spots. So let's take a look at the leaderboard to see who those 3 spots are going to. And we look at the leaderboard right now. Kaden Lebsack, first place finish, but he's already guaranteed into the major. So we bump down to the next 3. Michael Torres, the only other finisher.
RJ Roman punching his ticket to the first time to his major.
And then Johnny Wilder taking the last spot, getting through that second to last half of the ladder limbo in 2 minutes and 34 seconds, 13 seconds faster than Dave Cavanaugh.
And then, unfortunately, Cavanaugh just misses out. Nick Forney finished in the next spot, and Thomas Stillings
Yep. Thomas
quite
taking
make
7th place. I mean, there are so many athletes. Jake Murray's not going back. Caleb Bergstrom, Donovan Metoyer. I mean, this is crazy. The men's side is nuts. And honestly, I'm wondering how many of these athletes are going to be scrambling to try to go to Real Life Ninja Academy next week or to Jungle Gym the week after that to try to get back.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Jake Murray and Donovan Metoyer didn't quite make it, but they're sitting in a decent spot on the season, so we'll see what happens there, but you don't want to leave it up to chance.
Very scary spot to be in. But looking on the women's side of the competition, sitting in first place, Rachel Brown, getting past the Acorn, 1 minute and 37, 21 seconds faster than anybody else.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm really excited that Rachel is coming back. I mean, she's sitting in a good spot on the season.
9th place.
Off of only one major performance. And so now having another shot to earn some more points.
Well, a couple of steps in that process. Number one, she put herself in a great position sitting in 9th place, but you're out of the championship. She has to fight her way back in. Now she's going to the major, but she still has to do really well at the major. I'm going to be really excited to see how Rachel takes this on at the major because she still has to do a lot of work to get to the championship.
But it started today, and she proved it.
Boom.
Sitting in 2nd place was Maggie Owen, who's guaranteed to the major, so now we bump down to the next spot. Jessie Beier is going to be coming to the major. She's sitting in 3rd. And then
her first time coming to the major.
Yeah.
And Ava Long taking that last spot. Jessie and Ava, their first time coming to the majors. Going to be really exciting. Got a lot of young athletes coming out of this qualifier.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, this has been an awesome competition. And as you can see, with every competition now, there's so much more on the line, especially when it comes to the major and then the championship. And
so exciting.
Week, it's just getting bigger and bigger.
So exciting.
But next week, we're going to be at Real Life Ninja Academy.
Yeah.
And we're on the East Coast, and the competition, I can assure you, is going to be amazing.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. But I mean, what that means on the women's side is unfortunately Torre Clemente is that one spot out of qualifying. Elena Borges sitting in 3rd place in the season, not going back to the 3rd major as of right now. I hope we see her on the East Coast or in the Southeast region. I think we will. It's Elena. She's been competing all over the place, and she's awesome. I would imagine she's still going to make her way back to the 3rd major if she competes again.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll see her compete somewhere. And even if she doesn't, she could gamble on her season points, and we could potentially see her in the championship. So don't count her out just yet.
I never will. Never will. But that was maybe one of the most exciting competitions we've had so far in the qualifiers. Next stop, we're going to be going to Real Life Ninja Academy on the East Coast in Stamford, Connecticut. And that's going to be a course put together by Drew Dreschel himself. So if we thought a Jamie Ron course was brutal, I am really excited to see what he comes up with.
Yeah, it's going to be really awesome to watch. But until then, I'm Chris Ganji.
I'm Ethan Swanson. Make sure you guys check out more info on unxnow.com. Go to YouTube, unxnow.com for all the extra videos you didn't get to see. And we will see you guys next time.